With the NFL season starting soon, I want to go over some players that will have generational seasons. We've seen this in the past 4 seasons of players going absolutely nuclear and just breaking records left and right. I mean, look at the notable names the past few years: JSN, Saquon Barkley, Puka Nacua, CMC, all having record-defining seasons. And today I want to go over some players that I think will have the same type of seasons. But before we get into it, make sure to comment your thoughts down below, leave a like, and subscribe. The number one most obvious answer to this question is Jahmyr Gibbs. I think without David Montgomery in the picture, with a lesser talented running back behind him in Isaiah Pacheco and a better offensive line, and year number 2 in this brand new offense, Jahmyr Gibbs is going to go crazy. He already is one of the best running backs in the league, if not the best, arguably the best, and he was splitting carries with Montgomery for the first 3 years of his career. Now with him out the picture, I think Gibbs could go ridiculously insane. I think he can go for 2K scrimmage yards and 20 plus touchdowns, something at a level we have not seen very rarely before in the league. Just within reference, CMC did that in 2023 and won Offensive Player of the Year. So I think Gibbs is very capable of that. He's entering his age 24 season, entering the prime of his career. I don't see there's any reason why he won't be able to do this. He is one of the best and most talented running backs in the league, and I would be surprised if he doesn't have his best season so far this year due to the fact that he has more opportunity. Next up is Malik Nabers. I think Nabers is going to have a bounce back season from his ACL injury. If he doesn't start the season off, then he won't be, on this list, he won't have a generational season. But if he starts off the season healthy and is able to play, I think he can go for 1,600 yards and be a top 5 receiver. He was well on his way to be a top 10, top 5 receiver after his rookie year, but he got injured. Now with stability at the quarterback position with Jackson Dart, other receivers that they signed to bring the pressure off of him so he's not the only focal point of the offense, I think Nabers can go insane, go crazy, again carry the legacy of the LSU receivers and become a top 5 receiver in the league. Another thing with Nabers is he's going to be the only focal point of that offense. He's going to be getting all the touches, all the targets, all the catches. There's no one really else on the offense. Even though it's still good to support him, that will be really taking any share away from him. And I think he could easily be in the Offensive Player of the Year race. But I think Nabers is going to have an absolutely monster season next year, generational season, and will be a top 5 receiver in his 3rd year. Next, I have Will Anderson. Overshadowed last year by Myles Garrett, rightfully so, breaking the sack record, Will Anderson was easily the 2nd best, if not the 3rd best edge rusher in the league. Arguably the 2nd best because Michael Parsons went down halfway through the season. But Will Anderson is an absolute monster. He had a crazy year last year and helped lead the Texans to be one of the best defenses in the league. If it weren't for CJ Stroud completely, just playing terribly in the playoffs, the Texans could have made the Super Bowl, and it would have been carried by the defense led by Will Anderson. I think Will Anderson is one of the most destructive edge rushers in the league, one of the strongest, one of the best edge rushers in the league, and he forms the best duo with Danielle Hunter. In terms of numbers, I think he can have a borderline 20 sack season in his 4th year. He is going to be an absolute monster off the edge. He's only going to get better. His pressure rate, his pressures per game, his ability to get to the quarterback is all going to go up. And I think Will Anderson is one of the most talented edge rushers in the league. I obviously think he's the 2nd best in the league. And I think he could just have a monster season for the Texans next season, hopefully leading them to better playoff success. Next, we have Brock Bowers. I think Brock Bowers will claim his throne as the best tight end in the league. Trey McBride has had that for the past 2 years and has been incredible. Absolutely an amazing tight end in the ways that he's breaking records and just leading the league in that aspect. But I think Brock Bowers has slipped people's minds on who they thought he was at his rookie year. In his rookie year, he was arguably the best tight end in the league and had one of the best rookie tight end seasons of all time. And that last season, he got injured and they didn't have anyone at quarterback. They had Geno Smith. Now they have Fernando Mendoza, the number 1 pick. I think Brock Bowers is going to have the best tight end season in the league. He's a very dominant receiving tight end, and I could easily see him go for 1,400, 1,300 yards and 10 touchdowns as a tight end. That's enough for him to be the best tight end in the league unless McBride goes for 1,600, which could happen, but regardless, I think he's going to be a minimum top 2 tight end in the league, and he's going to be the future of the AFC West tight ends now that Kelsey is going to be gone. Lastly, I think this is my hottest take of the video. I think Ja'Marr Chase will have one of, if not the best receiver season of all time next season. I think he's going to repeat what he did in 2024 with a triple crown. I really don't see how he's not going to have this generational season once again. Joe Burrow is back healthy. The Bengals finally have talent on defense so they can actually get the ball back. Ja'Marr Chase is going to be entering his prime age 26 season. I think he can just have an absolute monster season. 1,800 yards, 15 touchdowns, 100 plus catches. He's been the most targeted receiver in the league for the past 2 years. He's shattered records in his age 24 season with the Triple Crown. He's just been a game-defying receiver ever since he stepped into the league. And I think this season he'll have another monster season, arguably the best receiver season of all time. And if he does that, we're going to have some uncomfortable conversations on where Jahmyr Chase will rank by the end of his career. Because if he's doing this in his first 5 or 6 years in the league, and he's just about to enter his prime, this guy could go down as one of the greatest of all time, a top 5 receiver. But that's my hottest take of the video. I think Jahmyr Chase will go for the best receiving season of all time because Joe Burrow's back, and he's been playing well without Joe Burrow. And now add Joe Burrow back, and Jahmyr Chase is going to absolutely tear up the league. And yeah, I think he truly is going to have the greatest receiver season we've seen in a while. But make sure to comment your thoughts down below, leave a like, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video.